Hey everyone, I'm taking a look at innovative floating homes that offer unique living spaces to massive floating solar farms that harness the power of the sun. So for today's video, I'm counting down 15 of the most unbelievable floating structures. Starting with number 15, the Equinor wind turbines. The launch of the world's largest floating wind farm, Hywind Tampen, off the west coast of Norway, marks a significant milestone in renewable energy. Developed by Equinor, a leading fossil fuel giant, this project harnesses the power of 11 giant turbines anchored to the sea floor, representing a new novel approach to sustainable energy. The sheer scale of this project have garnered both admiration and criticism from environmentalists and industry experts. With a capacity of 88 megawatts, the wind farm is designed to supply energy to nearby oil and gas platforms. One of the standout features here is its floating base technology, which allows the turbines to operate in deeper waters where traditional fixed structures are impractical. This innovation expands the potential for offshore wind deployment, and the wind farm's location and purpose highlight its role in reducing emissions from carbon-intensive oil and gas platforms. By electrifying those platforms with wind power, Equinor estimates a significant reduction in CO2 emissions, about 200,000 tons per year. It's a notable contribution. Despite the positive impact on emissions, Hywind Tampen has sparked debates about the role of oil and gas majors in renewable energy transition. Climate campaigners argue for a more decisive shift away from fossil fuels, which will emphasize the urgency of embracing cleaner alternatives. Number 14. Makoko Floating School. The Makoko Floating School project emerged as a transformative initiative to address the educational challenges faced by the waterfront community of Makoko in Lagos, Nigeria. Conceived by Nigerian architect of NLE 2013, the project sought to revolutionize the educational infrastructure. Before the inception of this floating school, educational facilities in Makoko were limited and constantly threatened by flooding. This initiative aimed to provide a resilient and adaptable solution that could accommodate the community's aquatic lifestyle. The design of the floating school was characterized by its utilization of local materials such as bamboo, timber, and recycled resources, reflecting a cultural context and architectural vernacular of the community. The structure features a triangular A-frame section with versatile spaces, including classrooms on the second tier, a playground below, and an open-air classroom on the roof. Sustainability was at the core of the design, with features like solar cells on the roof for energy and rainwater catchment systems, and the composting toilets integrated into the structure. The school was supported by approximately 250 plastic barrels, providing buoyancy and enabling natural ventilation. Despite its accolades, though, the original structure did face some challenges and ultimately collapsed in a storm in June of 2016, leading to the evacuation of students. Following the collapse, new and unveiled subsequent iterations of the floating school included Makoko Floating School 2 at the Venice Architectural Biennale. MFS2 was designed as a prefabricated and rapid assembly version of the original, showcasing advancements. This evolution continued with the Makoko Floating School 3 exhibited in Bruges, Belgium in 2018. MFS3 aimed to enhance the structural integrity and the longevity, projecting a 25-year lifespan. Number 13. Proteus 180. The innovative approach of utilizing floating solar arrays, particularly those equipped with sun tracking tech like the Proteus installation in the Netherlands, represents a significant advancements in this realm. Proteus, named after the ancient Greek sea god, stands as an example of integrating solar panels with dynamic tracking capability. Located on Oostvaardersmeer, a lake in southwest Netherlands, this circular island hosts about 180 solar panels that autonomously adjust. This dynamic function allows the panels to maximize their exposure to the sun with greater energy efficiency. While the current capacity of Proteus is a modest 73 kilowatts peak, its project holds immense potential with scalability. The key advantage of such installations lies in their minimal land footprint, making them particularly attractive. The global surge in floating solar tech reflects a broader trend toward innovative renewable energy. Over the past decade, floating solar capacity has experienced exponential growth, evolving from about 70 megawatts in 2015 to 1,300 megawatts in 2020. Project projections indicate a further expansion too, with anticipated growth rates of about 43%, reaching an estimated value of over $24 billion by 2031. Thomas Reindl, chief executive of Solar Energy Research Institute of Singapore, tells the immense power of floating solar, emphasizing that converting just 10% of man-made reservoirs worldwide with floating solar arrays could yield about 20 terawatts, an amazing 20 times the current global solar photovoltaic capacity. The rise of floating solar technology aligns with the broader trajectory of solar photovoltaics, which has witnessed unprecedented growth. PV, or photovoltaics, now accounts for about 3.6% of global electricity generation. Number 12. Lake Palace. The Lake Palace, once known as Yagniwas Palace, is a relic of grandeur. Floating on the serene island of Yagniwas in Lake Pichola, Udaipur, India. Construction started in 1743 under the patronage of Maharana Yagat Singh II, the 62nd successor of the House of Mewar. This strategic placement of the Lake Palace facing east towards the rising sun allowed its inhabitants to offer prayers to Surya, the Hindu sun god, at dawn. Maharana Singh II envisioned a private sanctuary away from the public eye of the city palace. It features a harmonious blend of black and white marbles adorned with semi-precious stones. This lake palace has ornate gardens, fountains, pillared terraces, and majestic columns that line its courtyards. Its upper room, a perfect circular space measuring about 21 feet in diameter, will captivate with its inlaid black and white marble floor, ornamental niches, and intricately decorated walls. Over the centuries, the Lake Palace has witnessed historic events, including the offering asylum to European families during the Indian Sepoy Mutiny of 1857 under the benevolence of Maharana Swarup Singh. This act of refuge highlighted the palace's role as a sanctuary amid some tumultuous times, underscoring its significance beyond its architectural allure. Number 11. Boca Vanguard. The Boca Vanguard, formerly known as the Dockwise Vanguard, represents a marvel of engineering and of maritime innovation. As the largest semi-submersible heavy-lift ship ever constructed, it's one of the largest floating structures ever built. It was designed to address the evolving demands of moving colossal offshore oil and gas facilities. With a remarkable capacity of up to 110,000 tons, this ship was specifically engineered to accommodate the largest of floating oil rigs and structures. The genesis of the Dockwise Vanguard emerged from a strategic market assessment by Dockwise, recognizing the need for a vessel capable of transporting increasingly massive offshore installations. In collaboration with Delta Marin, the concept of the Type O heavy lift vessel was conceived, later named Dockwise Vanguard, through an in-house competition. Now, what sets the Boca Vanguard apart is the unique design, featuring a flat bowless deck measuring an impressive 230 by 902 feet. This deck, which is 70% larger than the MV Blue Marlin, offers unparalleled versatility. The semi-submersible nature of the Dockwise Vanguard allows it to submerge its deck up to 52 feet below the water surface, enabling it the loading and unloading of deep draft cargoes with exceptional precision, which can then be floated into position above the deck before the tanks are emptied to initiate the lifting and transportation process. Number 10. The SSCV Tialf. The SSCV Tialf is truly a titan of the seas, embodying the spirit of heavy lift operations with its impressive specs. It was originally commissioned in the mid-1980s under the name DB-102. This behemoth of a crane ship underwent a transformative journey. With a lifting capacity of over 14,000 tons, the Tialf stands unrivaled as the largest crane vessel operating in offshore environments. Stretching over 660 feet in length and having a breadth of about 290 feet, this floating colossus commands attention. What truly sets it apart are its remarkable specs. With a depth of 162 feet and a draft ranging from over 100 to a minimum of 43, this vessel navigates the ocean's depths with grace and precision. Housing a crew of over 700 members, the Tialf is a self-sustaining maritime city, accommodating its dedicated team with unparalleled comfort. Its prowess extends beyond the sheer size. It's equipped with a flight deck capable of hosting a Boeing Chinook 234 class helicopter, and the Tialf ensures seamless air support for logistical ops. Its Grade 3 dynamic positioning system, state-of-the-art thrusters, and advanced communications are simply cutting-edge, enabling precise maneuvers. A standout feature of the Tialf is its remarkable deck capacity, capable of supporting loads up to 12,000 tons distributed across every square meter. The name Tjalf evokes a sense of Norse mythology, a fitting homage to its formidable stature. Like a mighty Norse god of the seas, the Tjalf stands as a guardian and enabler of contemporary maritime activities, providing vital support to the offshore industry and advancing the frontiers of heavy lift operations. Number 9. Exbury Egg. Located on the mudflats of the Exbury Bank along the Bolu River, the egg represents a unique architectural endeavor blending art, sustainability, and rural exploration. Crafted by the minds at Pairing Architecture and Design in collaboration with Artsway, this project aims to ignite some dialogue and interaction around the themes of sustainability, recycling, and energy conservation. The genesis of the egg emerged from a visionary exploration by PAD and acclaimed artist Stephen Turner, who ventured along the sinuous river embankment of St. Margaret's Creek. This man-made embankment, dating back to the 18th century, now serves as an isolated 1.5-kilometer-long island, accessible only by boat. The egg was designed really to accommodate a 12-month artist residency. It kind of embodies Turner's ethos of exploring the interplay between time, transience, and permanence. This ovoid structure, measuring approximately 20 feet in length and about 9 feet in diameter, pays homage to local maritime construction traditions. Constructed as a cold-molded plywood-sheathed timber frame structure, the egg will be delicately positioned on a single 250-millimeter diameter post embedded into the mud beach, an almost imperceptible connection to the land. It's visible primarily at high tide. The egg silhouette against the salt marsh landscape evokes a sense of artistic harmony with its pure form. The ephemeral nature of the egg's residency sort of belies its lasting impact. Once removed from its tranquil berth, the egg will embark on a journey across the UK. As it travels, the egg will leave behind not just an imprint in the mud, but a lasting impression on those who encounter its innovative spirit. Number 8. Aqua Mekong. Where to begin with Aqua Mekong? Well, it was crafted by Pairing Architecture and Design in partnership with Artsway. This floating thing embodies an exquisite fusion of Hodekin's Indochina aesthetic with a profound commitment to utilizing local materials, and it sits calmly on the waters of the Mekong River. One of the most striking aspects of it is its unique interior design, crafted from natural fibers sourced from the surrounding environment. The attention to detail enhances its aesthetic appeal, but it underscores a deep-rooted commitment to eco-consciousness too. It strikes a delicate balance between spacious indulgence and intimate exclusivity, catering to a maximum of 40 guests alongside a dedicated crew. Its top-level observation deck is highlighted, providing a sunlit oasis where guests can connect with the ever-changing landscape. As night falls, the outdoor lounge transforms into a captivating movie theater under the stars, having a curated selection of 300 onboard movies. The vessel's indoor lounge offers a sanctuary of relaxation, serving Vietnamese coffee in the mornings and hosting enlightening lectures on ecology, culture, and wildlife in the evenings. For those seeking wellness, the Aqua Mekong features spa treatment rooms equipped with massage beds and a fully equipped gym overlooking the river. Renowned Michelin-starred chef David Thompson curates an exceptional culinary journey on board, spotlighting Thai, Vietnamese, and Cambodian dishes served family-style. But what truly sets it apart is the experienced crew and guides offering a one-to-one staff-to-guest ratio for personalized service. Professionally trained guides also lead daily expeditions to explore the Mekong's tributaries and cultural treasures, providing guests with immersive experiences and insights into the region's heritage. Moving on to number 7, Floating Piers Art Installation. In northern Italy's Lake Iseo, a remarkable art installation named the Floating Piers has captured attention. Spanning about 2 miles across the lake and extending along 1.7 miles of pedestrian streets in lakeside villages, this floating walkway connects 2 islands to the mainland. Created by artists Christo and Jean-Claude, the Floating Piers is a network of saffron-colored walkways made from floating polystyrene docks covered with over 1,000 square feet of shimmering gold and yellow fabric. This installation, which moves gently with the waves, contrasts against the backdrop of Lake Iseo's green, mountainous landscape. The popularity of the Floating Piers has exceeded expectations, with over 270,000 visitors arriving within the first 5 days. Due to the overwhelming turnout, the installation has had to be closed for cleaning and repair between midnight and 6 a.m. each day. Christo, the Bulgarian-American artist behind the concept, envisioned this project with his late wife, Jean-Claude, back in 1970. They chose Lake Iseo for its setting, with towering islands rising above the water. Visitors here can begin their journey at the mainland, stepping onto the walkway and strolling across the lake to Monte Isola Island. From there, they can ascend into the island's hills to gain new perspective on the insulation from above. The more adventurous can continue their walk to Sao Paulo, a tiny island framed by golden walkways, like the yellow brick road for a new age. The couple's commitment to self-funding all their public projects ensures that the floating piers, like their other works, remains accessible to everyone without the need for tickets, reservations, or ownership. Number 6. King Pacific Lodge. Located within the wilderness of British Columbia's Great Bear Rainforest lies the King Pacific Lodge, a unique retreat set upon a U.S. Army barge anchored to Princess Royal Island during the summer months. The lodge, constructed from native pine, fir, cedar, and stone, offers an amazing gateway to the pristine landscapes of this coastal region. The journey to the lodge begins with a float plane ride, an essential part of immersing oneself in the natural splendor of the area. Upon arrival, guests are warmly welcomed with champagne and a quick briefing, setting the stage for an unforgettable experience. One of the lodge's main draws is ocean fishing, where guests can try their hand at catching a variety of species, including halibut, lingcod, red snapper, and sea bass. The best time to pursue Chinook salmon, known for their size and fighting spirit, is in June. Whether you're a seasoned angler or simply out enjoying the sea with good company and a cold beer, the fishing experience is both exhilarating and rewarding. Beyond fishing, guests can explore hidden gems not found on maps, kayak to Cameron Cove to witness thousands of starfish beneath crystal-clear waters, or paddle to Wolf Track Beach for a private picnic on dazzling white sands. Guided hikes through lush forests reveal hidden streams and cascading waterfalls, providing insight into the region's wildlife. The lodge's executive chef, Jesse McCleary, creates culinary delights that reflect the Pacific Northwest's bounty, featuring local and seasonal ingredients. Since 2007, the lodge has championed sustainability, offsetting its carbon emissions and partnering with the Gitga'at community to preserve the Great Bear Rainforest. Number 5. Waterbury. Imagine looking down at a residential complex in East Amsterdam and seeing a typical waterfront community, rows of gleaming houses, kids' toys scattered around, and residents hosting parties on special occasions. But here's the twist: everything is floating. Welcome to Waterbury, a groundbreaking housing project developed since late 2009 on a lake in Amsterdam's Eiburg neighborhood. This experiment in urban living consists of about 75 prefabricated buildings, home to around 1,000 residents of various ages and income levels, and one of the lead architects explains that this project challenges conventional notions by demonstrating how people can live comfortably on the water. People think it's easier to build on land, but we now have the knowledge to build in different circumstances, says Marlies Romer. The initiative isn't just about innovation either, it's a response to the pressing reality of climate change, with experts predicting rising sea levels. The Netherlands, with its extensive experience in flood-proof architecture, is leading the way. Waterbury was born out of necessity during a land shortage in the early 1990s. The city was running out of affordable land, prompting officials to approve an urban district on artificial islands. Marlies Romer, an architect and technical engineer, was instrumental in designing the homes. Despite challenges like narrow canal locks and emergency code requirements, Romer's team devised innovative solutions. Residents, drawn by the allure of waterfront living and a unique community, moved in shortly after completion. Its success has sparked interest from other cities worldwide, with similar projects emerging in London, Helsinki, and beyond. While floating communities may not be the universal solution, they do represent a proactive approach to urban water challenges amid rapid climate change. For cities facing the dual pressures of population growth and rising sea levels, Waterbury offers a compelling model of resilience and adaptability. Number 4. Arctic Bath Hotel. Located in the heart of Swedish Lapland, Arctic Bath offers a unique wellness experience that harmonizes with the pristine wilderness. Here, the northern lights dance across winter skies while the midnight sun illuminates summer nights. Conceived over a decade ago, the Arctic Bath was initially envisioned as a floating sauna in a glass cube. Now, this concept evolved into a circular building designed by Swedish architect Bertil Hörström, known for his innovative work like the Bird's Nest and UFO rooms at the nearby Tree Hotel. Arctic Bath is more than just a spa, it's a year-round wellness retreat. The cabins have Scandinavian-inspired interiors with pale pine wood, limestone flooring, and cozy furnishings. Whether floating on the river or nestled on the shore, each cabin does offer a serene sanctuary to unwind and connect with nature. Chef Christopher Astrom, renowned for introducing indigenous flavors to Swedish cuisine, leads a kitchen alongside Martin de Wild. Guests can indulge in a daily changing menu highlighting locally sourced organic ingredients. Butter-fried Arctic char, slow-cooked reindeer, and cream salsify are just a taste of the culinary delights paired with exceptional wine. Beyond the culinary experiences, it offers a range of activities too, from capturing the northern lights to husky sledding and cross-country skiing. Guests can also immerse themselves in Sami culture, with soulful excursions led by Anna Kuminen, sharing stories and traditions while preparing meals in the traditional dwelling. The centerpiece of the Arctic Bath's wellness offerings is the open-air cold bath, where the contrast of sauna heat and icy water stimulates your body's anti-inflammatory response. For a little bit deeper relaxation, indulge in therapies like the Harrod's Mindfulness Massage, a holistic approach to deep tissue treatment. Number 3. Perdido. Perdido, translating to lost in Spanish, is a remarkable feat of engineering, standing as the deepest floating oil platform globally. It's located in the Gulf of Mexico's Perdido Fold Belt. This is a fertile region for crude oil. It's operated by Shell Oil Company, and this structure commenced production in 2010, having a peak output of 100,000 barrels of oil a day. The spar, a colossal 22,000-ton structure, was crafted in Pori, Finland, and voyaged over 8,200 miles across the Baltic Sea to its Gulf of Mexico destination. The platform's topsides, consisting of 3 expansive decks supporting processing units, drilling apparatus, and living quarters, were masterminded by the Alliance Engineering and built by Kiewit Offshore in Corpus Christi, Texas. Overcoming temperature differentials between Finland and Texas were pretty challenging, where components expanded significantly in the Gulf's heat. Perdido's versatility is a defining feature, with the capability to adjust to mooring cable tension, allowing the movement akin to an area the size of a soccer field. This function facilitates precise positioning over the 22 subsea wellheads, optimizing extraction from the Great White, Tobago, and Silvertip fields below. Subsea operations beneath Perdido are intricate, with 35 wells, 22 below the spar and 13 west of the platform, and they're interconnected by a 27-mile pipeline network. Maintaining Perdido's operations falls to a dedicated workforce of 172 people, working grueling 12-hour shifts for 2-week periods, then rotating back to land for respite. Safety here is paramount too in this remote location. It's evidenced by extensive protective measures, including the largest rescue boat in Shell's fleet, and blast-resistant living quarters too. Number 2. Spitbank Fork. Spitbank Fork, it's also known as Spitsand Fort or simply Spit Fort, is a historic sea fort situated in the Soylent near Portsmouth, England. This remarkable structure, originally constructed as part of the Palmerston Fort scheme in the late 19th century, stands as an example of Britain's maritime heritage and military history. The fort's one of 4 forts built to defend against seaborne threats, overseen by Captain E.H. Stewart and Colonel W.F. Jerrois, and completed in 1878 at a cost of about £167,000. Measuring 162 feet in diameter, Spitbank Fort was designed as a defensive outpost to protect against enemy ships that traveled the larger Solent fords, Horse Sand Fort and No Man's Land Fort. Originally, it was armed with a heavy array of guns, including 10-inch and 12.5-inch rifled muzzle-loader guns. The fort underwent modifications over the years too, reflecting changing military strategies. After serving as an active naval installation until 1956, Spitbank Fort fell into disuse, its historic significance recognized when it was declared a scheduled monument in 1967. In 2012, though, Spitbank Fort was reborn as a captivating boutique hotel following extensive renovations, costing approximately £2.6 million. The fort's 9 elegantly appointed bedroom suites offer guests a distinctive blend of historic charm and modern comfort, with stunning views. Access to Spit Fort is exclusively by boat, of course, enhancing its sense of seclusion. The fort's location and panoramic vistas make it an ideal setting for intimate weddings, corporate events, and private celebrations, accommodating up to 60 guests during the day. Despite its transformation into a luxury destination, though, Spitbank Fort remains committed to preserving its heritage. Original features and fittings have been maintained, ensuring that the fort retains its unique character and authenticity. Number 1. Oceanics. Space, the final frontier, or is it? The world's burgeoning population, nearing 7.9 billion and projected to hit 9.7 billion by 2050, is prompting architects and urban planners to envision future cities. In the 1960s, architects like Yona Friedman imagined the spatial city, a stilt-based city spanning existing urban areas. Around the same time, Archigram conceived Plug-in City, a computer-controlled megastructure with adaptable units, and more recently, Liam Young proposed Planet City, suggesting the Earth's population could reside in a hyper-dense city, leaving the rest of the planet for rewilding. However, as climate-driven displacements hit over 40.5 million in 2020 and coastal cities face rising sea levels, floating cities emerge as a tangible solution. Oceanics, a company focused on designing and building floating cities, collaborates with architects and institutions like the Unhabitat and MIT to explore this concept. Oceanics City, envisioned as a hurricane-resistant, zero-waste community, consists of about 4.5 acres of islands, each accommodating 300 residents. Oceanic City aims to combat climate change while providing modern amenities. Now, this concept arose from Polynesian entrepreneur Mark Colin Chen's experience in French Polynesia, where sea level rise threatened many islands. Oceanics proposes a prototype 5-acre city for 300 residents in an undisclosed location resembling a dense Manhattan block with a heightened sustainability. Now, this managed retreat due to sea level rise does exemplify by Kiribati's land purchase in Fiji and Indonesia's capital relocation. It signals a paradigm shift. University of Delaware's A.R. Siders advocates for audacious climate adaptation, including floating neighborhoods and repurposed infrastructure. In our contemporary context, though, urban coastal areas like Denmark do face unique challenges. Oceanics explores potential locations across Africa, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East, and even in the U.S. coastal states, prioritizing sheltered, geologically stable sites for Oceanic City. The vision extends beyond retreating from rising seas. It aims to redefine urban living, embracing the water as a sustainable frontier for future cities. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.